there are so many times that I stop and push back on my clients when they come to me saying, oh, I want people to work for me. Oh, I want a center. Oh, I want other practitioners underneath me to expand the business. This is Mark Silver from Heart of Business. And we have a developmental model for the development of micro businesses, meaning people who are self-employed or there's very small teams. And it's something that I've observed over 20 years of doing this work. And, the first stage is creation, and the second stage is concentration, and the third stage is momentum, and the fourth stage, which is optional, is independence. And I have a video where I go fully in detail on the 4 stages. But I want to focus in particular on folks who are often in that second stage, concentration, which is a pretty frustrating place to be when you've been there a while, because you tend to hit ceilings around how much money you're making. It tends to feel kind of overwhelming, like you're working and working, but you're still not in a stable place. There's tends to be feast and famine, up and down, and there's reasons for that. But people sometimes think, okay, to get out of this, I need other people involved. I need to have other people doing what I'm doing. I need to expand and become a larger company. And it's rarely true. It's rarely true. The third stage, momentum, is as I define it, is when you have the systems in your business running smoothly. It's when you have your marketing really clear and what I call the 3 journeys of marketing. Again, we have a full video that discusses that. I can point to that in the notes below. And you have you probably do have a bit of a team. Maybe you have an administrative assistant or somebody that just helps keep the wheels going when you get full with clients. And this can be a really fun place where you can be often really expansive, you can be really profitable, you can actually have a fair amount of time off when you really get into momentum. The problem with the 4th stage of independence that so many people want to reach for, which is really what we're talking about when you're talking about having your own healing center, or you're talking about having a retreat center, or you're talking about having other people who do what you do that you subcontract to, like, oh yeah, I've got other practitioners, or I have other illustrators, or I have other designers, and I'm going to, bring them under my business and then market enough to get that business and get, it's like you're doing an entirely different job. To get to independence, you do need a team. You often need employees because there's enough going on that it's beyond just having a virtual assistant for 10 hours a week or 5 hours a week. You're learning entirely different skills. You're learning how to develop a company. You're learning how to be a CEO, so to speak. You're learning how to manage and create the legal structures as well as the administrative structures. You're needing to market at a whole different level to keep that many people busy. And there's often a lot of expenses involved, and it's easy to spend too much trying to grow to that stage before the cash flow comes in, and then you can end up in this really stressful place. It often takes a couple of years to really transition fully from momentum into a business that is functioning in the stage of independence, where you're really making a profit and you're being paid well and you're getting to breathe and it's busy enough for other people. It can be 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 years to really fully leap into that space. And you have to be willing to embrace this entirely different job. I want to say that if you're wanting to make a good living and you're wanting to have time off and you're wanting to have some ease, often what you're really looking at is just having a business that's functioning well in momentum with a little bit of administrative support and probably some bookkeeping support and probably, a tech person that you can call on when you have a problem. But you're not trying to create this big, complicated business. It can often be much simpler than you think. And then after being in momentum for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you're having fun and you have some profit and you have some savings built up, then you can often make the choice, okay, do I really want to move into independence? And you have the breathing space and the resources to really consider that, rather than from that second stage of feast or famine and feeling stressed out and trying to make the leap to independence can be so overwhelming. If this is resonating for you and you're curious, I definitely recommend taking a look at the other two videos, the one that's in our readiness assessment that talks about the stages of development, and our the 3 journeys of marketing video, so you understand those two models and how they relate to where your business actually is. I want to encourage you to take the simple path and not the overwhelming path. Curious how this lands for you and if it feels helpful and for you to look out strategically at your business in this way. If you like what you're hearing, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Click subscribe, click the bell so you get notices of when we post new videos. Let us help you make your business fly by having every act of business be an act of love, by having yourself grounded and connected in an embodied spirituality that really resonates for you, and bringing along ideas of social justice and equity in this culture and in this marketplace that we're trying to create. Blessings, blessings, and peace.